Minecraft! Yo! We playing some Minecraft on the Minecraft server. It's Minecraft time. Looks like Capper made us a bookcase with this little thing. I don't know what this thing's for, but yeah, it looks nice. Maybe we could do some reading here, guys. Hey, welcome to my Minecraft Let's Play. Today we're gonna be playing some Minecraft, so let's play. So, Minecraft, and we're doing it again once more, and again once. So here we go. So doing some Minecraft once again. We're gonna play around a little bit, and let's go. So, finding my way through this area, and gonna find a little bit of stuff that we're gonna use to make stuff like trees. So we're gonna have to find some of those, get that going. It looks like I'm finding some dirt here. So that's always something that we want to find around here and use some of that. So let's go ahead and get some of that. Yeah, so everything looks pretty good here. I'm pretty happy with the way that things are going with the dirt and with coming up this mountain. Things are pretty good. So listen, guys, coffee. Hey, topic of the day, am I right? Coffee. So let me give you a little bit of a background about coffee. Okay. So top things that I'm going to be looking forward to in 2026. Number one, right? So they do this thing. Ooh, that's a woodland mansion. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, skis. So, let's emoji water bucket this real quick. So they're doing this new thing, right, with water. Okay. So, unfortunate, but you gotta learn, you gotta live. That's just one way to get better at those emoji water buckets. You gotta take risks sometimes. That's what I'm saying. So, coffee, right? So 2026 is rolling around. It's gonna be here pretty soon. And one of the things that I'm looking forward to the most when it comes to 2026 is coffee. And you might be thinking, Ari, what do you mean by that? How do you look forward to something in 2026? Especially something like coffee. And that is honestly, that's something that I was wondering as well, right? Is how do we go from 2026 from the 2025 to 2026? And as I was thinking about it, what I realized is that I would love a cup of coffee right now. Now, here's the thing about coffee. And look, if you agree with me, let me know in the comments below. But here is the thing about coffee. And some people are going to understand this right away. Some people, let me just explain and maybe you'll get it. But and look, I've explained this to people before. And what I've learned is that depending on your opinion, you're going to agree with what I'm saying or you're not going to agree with what I'm saying, right? So, and that is kind of like the way that life goes these days, is that either people understand what you're saying and they agree with you, or they understand what you're saying and they don't agree with you, but they're still going to listen to what you're saying and have a respectful disagreement, right? And I vibe with that. I very much so like that. So here's the thing about 2026 coffee. And by the way, we are playing some Minecraft, a little bit of Minecraft Let's Play. So go ahead and buckle in and enjoy. Grab yourself some popcorn, get yourself a nice heated weighted blanket, either heated weighted or both, and let's get comfortable here. Our mission, our objective, that's a great question. Well, I just now found some sugar cane, so you already know I'm going to be picking that up. But what is our mission? What is our objective? And as I was thinking about that, I realized that in 2026, many people are going to be making what's called a New Year's resolution. This is something new that's really getting popular due to TikTok. And essentially what this is that people are creating goals for themselves to follow in the new year. And I really like this. And this is one of the reasons why I think TikTok and social media in general is kind of popping off lately, because it's coming up with original ideas that, honestly, if I'm being completely honest, benefit everyone in society. And if we were to follow these things, if everyone in society were to follow these new ideas and get on board with these new ideas, then we would be having a good something good would happen from that, right? Is what I'm trying to say there, essentially. So coffee in 2026. Um, so I was thinking about 2026 and I was thinking about coffee. And as I was having a coffee, I thought to myself, hey, in 2026, I would like to not have any coffee anymore. And, I know what you're thinking. What? That's probably what you're thinking right now. That's my impression of what you're thinking. My impression of what you're thinking right now is, what? No more coffee in 2026? And yeah, I know. It's a crazy thing to say. I myself had a similar reaction to my brain giving me that thought. And so I feel like me running around in this forest is a good representation of how my mind works sometimes. Sometimes, I'm just running around aimlessly and I don't really know what I'm doing. But hey, let's get productive. Let's start killing some cows. We're gonna need this meat eventually. I do feel bad that the cows have to die. However, everyone has to die someday. And if I'm gonna die, and look, I'm not gonna actually follow through with this thought, because the thing I was gonna say is that if I was going to die, I would rather my death be to some good cause, like for the preservation of someone else by means of absorbing my nutrients through the act of eating, which is what I will be doing with this raw beef. Once I cook it, of course, I won't be eating raw beef. That's not sanitary. Don't do that. But as I was saying that sentence, I realized that that's a strange thing to say, and so I chose not to articulate that thought because I think that would be a weird thing to say on my Minecraft Let's Play. So listen, 2026 coffee came around, and people were saying this is going to be a big new thing. People are going to really jump on the bandwagon of coffee and getting coffee from coffee farms. Sorry, where they get the coffee bean. By the way, did you know that coffee beans are not beans? They're actually from cherries, and there's a bean inside of the coffee cherry, and then they take the bean out of the coffee cherry, and that is what coffee is. So, little known fact: coffee cherry plants, beans, fruits, whatever you want to call them, right? Not actually beans. They are seeds. Sorry, inside of the coffee cherry. So 2026 is coming around. I'm thinking about coffee, and I'm having a coffee. I'm having a thought, and I'm thinking to myself, I would like to not drink as much coffee in 2025. Sorry, in 2026. 2025 just now happened. I drink a fuck ton of coffee. Sorry for the language. Cover your children's ears if they are watching. However, your children will eventually learn curse words, and I think that it is best to learn them from a responsible member of society like myself, a full functioning adult who is a full functioning member of society, and I'm also very knowledgeable and smart. These are weird looking pigs, and I don't like them very much, so I will run away from them. Um, Whoa, dude, emeralds right here. This is fucking crazy. Now, we're not going to mine that because I don't believe in mining resources from the top of a mountain. We need to leave this pristine and beautiful. But the inside of the mountain, we can go ahead and get down and dirty in. Now, look, as I'm thinking to myself, I need to stop drinking as much coffee in 2026. My brain is saying, what? Stop drinking coffee in 2026, right? That's part of what my brain is saying. But the other part kind of is jiving with this idea. And the reason, let me go ahead and explain to you what the reason for that jiving of this idea in my brain is. And that is that the realization, I don't have a bed. Shit. Guys, you're going to have to die. Wait, I need to find sheep of the same color. Sheep of the same color make a bed of the same color. Little known, little proverb there from the Minecraft proverb book. So, do babies drop wool, or do they drop baby wool? I don't know. I think I see a sheep over here. Yeah, perfect. All right. I need to kill them before it gets dark. so that I can make my bed. I don't have wood. We're gonna have to chop a wood down. All right, so I'm thinking about this, and one of the reasons why that it's such a good idea to not drink coffee in 2026 is that it is kind of an anxiety-inducing stimulant. And I had not been drinking as much coffee because I recently moved to a new place and I didn't have a coffee maker. And you know what? The tea that I was drinking and I was making every day, it was actually making me less anxious. I felt pretty good about things in life. I was feeling pretty crispy, all things considered. Oh, these are frogs. I've never seen this before. What a frog doing? Hey, frogs. So yeah, and for those reasons, I was like, I'm not going to drink any more coffee. Problem, mocha pots. So this is a new thing that they just now are coming out with. And they're called mocha pots. What they are pots, tiny little pots, and they make coffee, like one espresso. I think that it's like the idea is that you can simulate making an espresso, um, or something along these lines, right? So they made this thing, and one of my friends gifted me this mocha pot, and I'm like, well, shit. I can't stop drinking coffee when a friend of mine gives me a mocha pot. So you know what I did? No, call me crazy. I did not stop drinking coffee. So, in fact, I talked some big game about quitting coffee. Then I made coffee and I drank coffee, and I thought to myself, shit, kind of want another coffee. So I made another coffee, and then the next day I was like, I kind of want a coffee as well. So I made a coffee. And then later that day, I said to myself, I want another coffee. And today I'm on 2 coffees and I'm going to make another one. So you already know we're back to drinking 3 coffees a day. I'm sure I'll hit the 4th and 5th coffee eventually. I mean, like, look, and I deserve it. I've been a good boy for the entirety of this year so far. And I think that me being the person I am, knowing that I don't have much willpower, I don't think that fighting this coffee fight is going to be worth my time, my effort anyway. So 2026 is coming along. Let me know what you think about coffee in the comments below. But yeah, we had a successful Minecraft Let's Play. Feel like I was pretty productive. I found some good sugarcane. We got some meat going, some raw mutton, and some raw beef. Even found ourselves a wheat seed as well. This is kind of strange to me that it says wheat seeds, but there, as you can tell, there's only one in my inventory, so I think that is some kind of typo. So peace out. Make sure to support me on LinkedIn, YouTube, and follow my TikTok and Instagram. All right, thank you very much, and I will see you next time. Peace!